baffe mwenna abatuuza wano ku Euroforum twalamukizaako musibye mutya bibatwala bitya mukola mutya tukomyewo nate mu ddiro lyaffe wano ku Euroforum by the way twafuuka family tekyali group eno yafuuka family kubanga twemanyi so twafuuka ba musaayi n'olwekyo abalabi baffe stay tuned tugenda bawa ebinyusi nga tuleeta bamaama ne bataata okutuwa ku magezi tukoze tutya abaana baffe abali back home n'abaana baffe abali wano abasoma. Right now tudde wano mu ddiiro. My names are Ruth Blessed and I will ask everyone to introduce themselves. Let's start with Diana.
Nsanyusa okubalaba mwenna, our dear viewers. We are very pleased to see you today. And today we come with the family program. Kikulu nnyo kati buli wamu kumpi mu nsi zonna okugeza nga Uganda, kids are in lockdown. Wano e Bulaaya baabata naye social distancing, masks are almost a must. Bigamba. Naye ng'amannya agange nze Naalongo Diana nga nsinzidde wano Finland.
Tulinawo omwami omu wano leero, abakazi 3 mu mwami omu. Naye atubuulire gy'asinzidde n'amannya gaffe. Musajja wa Kabaka temumanyiiko.
Neyanzenge omutesitesi era nja kweyanjula mu Luganda nga bwe ndi omusajja wa Kabaka. Amannya agange nze Richard Tegeebikkwa era nga mpangalira wano mu ssaza lya Kabaga erya Gothenburg. Abalabi mwenna mbeebaza omulimu omulungi gwe mukola nti mutubezaawo. It's the reason why we are standing up to this time. We do appreciate. Please keep following us. Please keep interacting us on this platform. And we can assure you that more is yet to come when it comes to Euroforum. I would like to say, like all of you, you have to pray for our king, the Kabaka of Buganda. He's quite ill right now, but we pray that he gets over it. And Mukama amusuuse naffe tubeere nga tusanyukira mu masaza ag'enjawulo. Mwebale nnyo, mwebale ddala.
Mukyalo yali mu ready akomyewokko naye alabika amyutinze. Tube tusaba ayogereko gye tuli.
Euroforum members, I welcome you all on this platform today. I thank you for your continuous support to stand with this vision. And once again, I also thank our viewers for following us. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for liking and advising. I'm so humbled to be part of this program today. And I'm so anxious to share my views since it's about parenting. As you know very well, I'm a parent of so many kids. You
have experience.
I know.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Joey. So we are going to start with our program. And Euroforum, you can find us on YouTube. You can find us on Facebook. You can find us. Are we on Instagram yet?
Not yet. We are still working on that.
We have YouTube and Facebook. We shall be informing you very soon if we have other channels or websites. So let me start with this one man. I think he's a father. I have never asked him if he's a father, but I know he's a father the way he keeps time. So we will start with you, Sebo. Tegeebikkwa omusajja ayagala nnyo Kabaka. By the way, Kabaka waffe tukwagala nnyo era tukusabira era nga bwe kyogerwa nti magulu nnyondo awangaale tukusabira owangaale. Ebyo ebyange kati mwami Tegeebikkwa twagala otutangazeemu ku nsonga gye tubadde tugamba nti abazadde abali eno mu diaspora baagala kuwa kugulawoko ku maaso oba to enlight abali eka okugulawo ku maaso engeri gye bakikwasaganyamu n'abaana abali wano ate nga wano internet wesinga n'obungi bakicontrolinga batya n'abaana back home oba in any other country etali mu Europe. Katubadde tusaba omwami ono atutangazeemuko ye ekintu akitambuzza atya. Abaana bangi bali ku street bafuuwa wano enjaga abamu, abaana bangi abazadde bo bakikola batya bambi. I really don't know. Naye byonna tugenda bifuna olunaku olwaleero. We start with Richard.
Webale nnyo omutesitesi. Nsanyuse nnyo. I'm a proud father, by the way. I don't deny that.
That's nice.
And I'm glad to be part of this family opinion, I should say. Here in the diaspora, it's not easy to raise a family because when you look at the many rules, every child here, they know their rights as a child. I know Jorin and Diana, you're my witness. Like it's not easy. It's actually a very, very big challenge here to raise a child. But in that sense, it's about having a friend. Like you have to be friends with your children, most especially older parents, because it is a two-way thing. You don't have this mindset, because most of the time we have this mindset like we tend to leave, we that have the African background, we tend to leave all the responsibility to the mother. But the father also has a very, very big part when it comes to children. These children will look up to their father all the time because they want to feel proud. They want to feel supportive. They want to feel like the father is part of the family. Because we have this type, like for example, for me, I've grown up with my mother all the time. My father's been a hustler, and he has been on the road. I've grown up not seeing my father like in a week I sit down with him and play with him. It has never been like this. And it was a very, very, very big challenge, me growing up, because I used to see my father coming back from work, and I'm not happy because I'm used to seeing my mother. But if one gets a chance to have two parents in the family, the father has a very, very, very big role. Like we usually say that the father is the head of the family. The father impacts a lot to both the child and the mother.
Yeah.
If the mother is not happy, definitely the children won't be happy as well. And when I come to the sex, for example, I talk about the sons and daughters. We, the fathers, impact equally to the different sexes in the children. For example, if a daughter has to be having this self-confidence, they've gone up in this adolescent age, and they want to be like guided. They don't want to be misled. If the father has always been there in the daughter's life, this social life becomes easier. It gets easier. They have this confidence. You've been hugging them. You've been talking to them. The same applies to the son.
But
if you've been along with the son, and the son ends up dating someone, you'll be very gentle. You'll be very loving. You know, it
But I
all
want to ask you
comes.
something, Richard.
Yeah.
Can you do the adolescent thing, telling your daughter about adolescent, blah blah menses, these things?
You realize that.
Maybe
Okay.
we give ladies a chance to explain to us that part.
No, okay. I wanted to make a point. You realize that this comes from the beginning, when the child is born, from day one. How close are you? Because there are some daughters that are really, really open to their fathers, and they're not open to their mothers. I don't know if you agree with me, Jorin and Diana.
Yeah, that's true.
It's all about being a friend, being close to your children. You
Mm-hmm.
play with them.
Yes. So now we want to hear from Lady Diana. What's your advice?
My advice: all parents are important to be in their kids' lives. For example, there are some things fathers need to teach the daughters. Usually, daughters learn what kind of man, how a man is supposed to treat a woman through the fathers, and the same. These kids reciprocate what they see. They usually
Exactly.
copy what they see. They like copying what they've seen that is why they say charity begins at home, because usually what you learn from home is what you show to other people when you grow up. For example, if your parents, usually when a parent does not take care of a kid, usually that is why they say kids of single parents end up to be single parents themselves.
Oh,
But usually it's what they see they, that comes back. But there are also exceptions. And for the case of the adolescent part, there are some things a girl child has to learn from the mother. For example, if they go into the menstruation period and all those things, they usually confide in their mothers because they know they've faced these things and all that. But usually with relationship things, they confide in their fathers. I don't know if you ladies agree with me, but usually it goes like that. About relationship, they go to the father, hygiene and all, they come to the mother.
yes.
I'll add to that when Joreen has commented.
Okay, Jorin. Jorin, you muted yourself.
Okay. Thank you very much, previous speakers. To me, I'm lucky. I would say I've been a parent here and I've been a parent back in Uganda. So I think I'm going to talk using personal experience. In Uganda, there are lots of messes that we parents do. We tend to leave most of the responsibilities with the household, the house help. But here, it is even more better because every parent who stays with the kid get involved in every activity of a child. So this creates that bond. And we're back in Uganda, parents get to say they are busy. I know they are busy, but here life here is more busier than life in Uganda. So they tend to say they are busy, they don't get enough time, and the time of messes, adolescence, you end up a girl child ends up confining in a housemaid. So I think it's something that is wrongly done, and parents must change. And another thing I want to add on Richard is idea where he said fathers are basically important. They're not just important, but they are so. I think they should be helpful. Like they must be in kids' life. It's not about bringing money, bringing school fees, and because you say you bring food and everything at home. It's not about that. Parenting is a two-way thing. It's a 50-50. A father needs to get enough time, spend time with your boy child, spend time with your girl child. You get to know each and everything. And for the sense of a girl, they tend to, to get that confidence to fight against, I should call them fight against men or bullies from opposite sex, because their father keeps on telling them, yeah, it's like this, you can do it, you can get better. So I think it must be, it's not even important, but it is a must do for every father to be in the life of his or her child.
Okay.
So to me, because I have personal experience, I've been a parent in Uganda, I'm a parent here. And here kids tend to be so independent because they get to know things right from when they are young.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's my for now.
So Richard, what advice do you give to the father figures? Because you have a lot of father figures, they put on trousers, but they are not able to do their work as a father.
Okay, yeah, fathers. Now I'll talk about, I'll raise one point.
Richard, mark my point, not everyone is a father. There are those who are putting on trousers, they are just loitering. As long as they know the child is not dead, it's okay with them. But in other parts, they don't want to be active.
Yeah.
What do you talk about that as a man?
The first thing I should.
Which advice do you give them?
Yeah. Okay, the first thing I should outline here is the fact that you're called a father. You should know why you're called a father.
They should
Because
know,
yes, it's not just the essence of like you have trousers and you are just a man, but you should know why in the first place you're called a father. And when you get to know that you're called a father, then you have to take on your responsibility as a father. Being a father doesn't stop at just providing for the family, like Jorin has said earlier. It's not all about that. It is about being actively involved in the child's growth, in the day-to-day life. A father, you have to share responsibilities. You have to come back home. If you see the mother she has been busy or she has been also working somewhere, if you're picking the kids, then the mother can come and try to fix the food at home. As in, it is about sharing activities, sharing the housework. If the mom is cooking food elsewhere, then you have to take out the kids and you play with them. Because this interaction, as you take out the kids, they also bond with you, the father. Because you realize that somehow, I think it's a natural thing, children get to find more time with their mothers, even when people are staying together.
Yeah.
I don't know whether you agree with me, Diana and Jorin. Somehow, somewhere, I think it's really natural. They get more time with their mother.
Yeah.
So a father, you have to find a way, dedicate your time. I know fathers, most of us are like, I have to go and watch football. Us, Manchester United, I have to go out with friends. I have to go drive away and do the shopping. Involve your child. If you want to go watch a match, go with your children, watch with them. If you want to go shopping, go with the children, watch with them. In this sense, as you go away with the child, you also give the mother space to unwind, to really relax, to also get some time. And then there's this, for example, there's this thing in diaspora, what they usually do, they plan. It is like this, that this weekend, the father is going to be with the children. You be with them on Friday evening, Saturday, Sunday. And then it comes to mommy's day out. And then the following evening or the following weekend, it will be mommy's time to stay with the children, do the laundry, do the cooking, the cleaning. Then the father goes away.
Thank you so much, Richard.
So that is what I'm talking about, that we have to balance with fathers. It's not about saying I'm a father, so what?
Yeah. I want to ask Jorin a question. Jorin, what can you explain to our people in Africa about this thing of 50-50? Because here in Norway, I hear it is 50-50 in the family. Father 50, mama 50. Can you please enlighten us in that?
Okay.
What do you mean about the 50? Why not the 70 father and the 30 mother?
No, actually, it's the other way around in Africa. Actually, in Uganda, my daughter is making noise. Actually, in Uganda, it's 70-30, because you see, a man is the names are supposed to be for a man. He must bring lots of money home, and Like he's supposed to pay all the bills, supposed to do everything. So it ends up as in 70-30. But here it's 50-50. And it makes it hard in Uganda, where because a man thinks he contributes a lot, so he will not do any house skills. He will not do anything. And my advice would be, I wish it also gets to 50-50, because so many women out there work, mothers work, they leave their children with maids and go and work. So why don't we make it 50-50? So if you need a father to come and do yours, you must also contribute on the bills of the house. So that is my argument.
Now, Longo, what do you think about it?
The 50-50, now they've introduced the women emancipation. I don't know if you've heard of it, but I know a big percentage of marriages where women are the ones who are contributing everything at home, but still the father is not helping out anywhere. They just come to live, have kids, and then continue. But the woman is the one paying all the bills, buying all the food, paying the kids' school fees, and everything. And then I wanted to add on Richard's comment about the parenting. I wanted to add to it that parenting is not a part-time thing; it's a full-time thing. When you get out there and undress to have kids, you should be ready to take care of them, not just pop in, pop out parents. Where I know so many parents who, when the kids are going to get married or when they are graduating, that's when they will pop in. They want to get the front seat. But they were not there when the kids were going through all these studies. They were not there when the kids were dating. They don't know anything about their kids, but they want to sit and in Luganda we call it okulya ebitiibwa, kuvimba.
Yeah.
They just want to be seen. That is my kid, but they've never paid school fees for that kid. They've never done anything, and then they start, whatever you do, I'm your father. You're my father, but you're not my dad.
You just have the father figure. Yeah. And I heard some people, they say that I don't know if I can really say this word, but they say they are sperm donors. I don't know if you have heard of that. They are just donating from one woman to another. That's why we have a lot of kids on the streets in Uganda or in any other parts of Africa. So what do you talk about that? Tegebikwa. I love that name.
Yeah. The thing is, I strongly don't like the way that mindset of men, how they go donating sperm, because I don't agree with the fact that you have a child in one woman and then you have a child in another woman, then like you have 3 child with their mothers.
Yeah.
That is not good at all. That's why we have, for example, in our culture, you hear of someone is bewitching the other, and then so and so is bewitching the other's children, and there's a lot of chaos that is taking place because of the fact that we have this men are resorting to have as many women as they can, and each woman has a child with them. I think it doesn't. I really, it ends up being a splitted family, because if you have
it also spreads HIV very easily.
Exactly.
That sexual network.
Yes. So yeah, that's a right word actually, Diana. Sexual networking. It's not good at all. So I would advise also, like women, you have to realize that you have, because here we talk about the rights, gender balance. Like what a man can do is what a man can do, a woman can do. Here in the diaspora, we talk about that so much, but I think I would say to the women out there in Africa that you have to realize also that you have a potential. You can go out and work as well. I'm not saying that you have to be independent, but you can go out and work. Meanwhile, as you go out and work, the man can take care of the kids, you know. But I don't agree, or I don't side with the fact that a man has to sleep with this woman this weekend, and then the other weekend is on another house, then the other weekend is, and people are very okay with it.
And they don't remember when they do those things.
No.
They just hear, hey, I'm pregnant. Fewafe tetuzala, you know. Then they run away from the responsibility that they are going to be a father.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think some should think twice when you're going to, I don't know what, I can't call it love, or why it is 2 minutes love, I don't know. Because there are so many kids on the street, I don't know how they are getting there.
I would say it's mostly lust instead of love. There is no love, it's lust, and I don't know.
Yeah, it's lust. They should really
it's a
think
mess.
twice. They are condoms. They should use, condoms even to prevent themselves from these deadly diseases, you know.
Yeah, but you realize also sometimes I sympathize with them, with the young ladies out there. People are really poor. People are so poor. And if someone is poor, is easily manipulated, you know. If you have your money, I can just come and pretend that I have money. I'm the don of the village. And if I'm a don of the village, I can port everyone that I want, you know. And for them, they don't realize that maybe you have to be protected, or, you know, the fact that you get money. Exactly. Yeah. So that is a very big problem.
So it is poverty that is really causing this, because there are even rich people, but they have different kids. They have kids from different moms.
A bigger percentage.
It is poverty.
I think it's the poverty, because most of these women are looking for survival. Nowadays, they're even accepting to become second wives. They find it so comfortable to be second wives. I do not understand the mentality. I don't know where it comes from, but you see someone saying, I don't mind being a second wife, as long as he builds for me a house and takes care of me.
Of my kids.
You can imagine.
Yeah. There is a writing, or there is a proverb in the Bible, nti suula omuggo omwana ayononeke. You people who are in Europe, how do you discipline your kids? Because in Africa, we are caned. Batukuba, batusuna amatu, batukozesa ebigezo. Nze bankwasako ne torch like nenjikwata nga mpanisa emikono. So how do you discipline your kids here? And you don't touch them. There are a lot of rules. Don't do this to the child. They will report you to the police. How are you surviving these things?
Ani soka.
I think Diana. Diana, Mama.
As for me, for the younger kids, I have an 11-year-old daughter, and I have the twins are 2 and 7 months. For the twins, I keep saying, don't. We are still setting boundaries. They are testing me, and I'm setting my boundaries. So for them, we are not yet there. But for my daughter, we have deals. I tell her that if you do something wrong out of our rules and guidelines, the phone is gone, the computer is gone. I have this app called Family Link, where I can monitor where she is.
Wow.
I can reduce the hours of phone. I can lock her phone anytime. I can lock her computer anytime. Like, it's like parental guidance. So, like, just the other day, she went to a shop without telling me. But before, we used to give her cash. So it was hard to know where she has moved. So we changed and gave her a card, a bank card. So whenever she goes to a shop and buys something with the card, I can see from my bank account that she has used the card.
Yeah, that's it.
So she came home. She didn't inform me that she went to the shop. By the time she reached home, the computer was locked and the phone was locked. And then she was like, Mom, what did I do this time? I told her, did you go to the shop? Yes, I went. Did you inform me? I planned to call you, but I thought you were at work. I told her, my schedule is on at the fridge. You know, it was my free day.
Yeah.
Then she was like, I'm sorry. But that day the phone was closed, the computer was closed. So the next time she did better. When she wanted to go to her friend's place, she had to call me. So you find the things the kids love most.
Yeah.
For example, that money she gets, she planned with my husband. They have when it's my husband's turn to take rubbish to the dumping place, my daughter does it. So when she does it, he pays he pays her.
Yeah.
Oh, the
So she's
bottles,
working in your house.
she's
She's
working.
I know
The
that.
bottles she has, the bottles which come from the house, she takes them to the shop and banks that money. So she has her money on the account.
Is
We,
that the way that you really, I don't know, you motivate her to do something
yes.
by paying her?
No, me, I do not pay. She
Mm,
knows. She has to do her own clothes. She washes her own clothes. She vacuums her own room.
mm.
She uh she does everything by herself.
Okay,
And
thank you.
and we have rules
Mm.
that before you touch the phone, before you touch the computer, your room has to be clean. You will have gone to shower, brushed your teeth, eaten breakfast. That's when you touch the phone. And the phone is limited to 3 hours per day.
Oh, that's good.
So
So,
so she will use it in bits, not just sitting on the phone and doing
yeah.
pressing it the whole day.
Mm.
Yeah,
Thank
that
you
is
so
how I
much.
discipline my
Yeah, thank you so much. It's really good to hear from you. Jorin, we want to ask a question. Are you with us?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah. We were asking about how parents here discipline their kids, whereas in Africa, they are used by caning them, sticks, this, do this, you know. How do you discipline your kids to have, to grow with good manners, to be responsible, to do some work at home without telling them or without, begging?
That's a
Nyanga Akuwano.
That's a nice question, by the way, because I'm just transitioning from the other life to this one.
Mm, mm,
So it is quite hard for me. It was, but now I'm training myself, because if you don't train yourself, yeah, still the rules governing kids in Sweden will train you in the hard way. So with this, I'm trying to engage my sons. I have a 10-year-old son and a 6-year-old son, soon 7. So we sit down and talk about a certain situation that has really gone astray. Like, if you like previously, they could not they wake up and don't brush, but they just get on their phones. So I first was doing the African way, whining and shouting, but it wasn't helping until when we sat down and we talked about it. We talked about how hard it is and how bad it is if a mother prepare food and expects the food to be breakfast is beaten before 10 and it stays on the table up to 12.
mm,
I told them, imagine if it was you. I wake up, I get on my phone, you prepare me breakfast, and I don't get to eat it.
mm,
So it was so hard for them. But initially, they knew. I just wake up and put the breakfast on table. So
mm,
one goes by it, and it's like, okay, this really looks not good. I
mm.
should come back and eat. So they are trying to learn with action. I'm
Yeah.
trying to do it with action, not shouting, not speaking what they don't really understand, but trying to compare situations with them. Imagine if I did this to you. Imagine if I went somewhere without telling you, how would you feel? And they'll be like, we'll be scared. I'm like, you want me to get scared? They'll be like, okay. So I'm trying to negotiate situations as I'm transitioning myself from a Ugandan style to this style.
Yeah, the kids of Europe here, they are so amazing. I don't know, because I was at one family and the daughter told the mother, Mom, I know you're going to sit, but if there is anything that you want me to bring for you, please send me now, because you'll not be telling me, bring this, bring that. Mommy, bring this, bring that. I will not. And you know how old she is? She's 9 years old. So I was like, okay, yeah. And then she told me, yeah, mommy, Atumiriza, bring this, bring that. So it was really so funny. But I want to ask a question, and it goes to all of you as we wind up. Do you really teach your kids about your religions? I don't know which religion you have. I don't know, Muslim. Do you really bother your kids to know God? I start with Tegebikwa.
Thank you very much. I think I wanted also to mention something about disciplining or how I handle the children.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because I have a different idea here. Like Diana has talked about, it's about setting rules and being precise to those rules.
Yeah.
A child, when you compromise with your rule, like she said that you're supposed to call me when you go out, you're supposed to tell me. And when she goes and doesn't tell you and she comes back and you're like, why didn't you tell me? Okay, it's okay. You handle it. It's like, okay, mommy can be compromised. I can go away with it.
Yeah, because you don't stick on your rules.
Exactly. So you have to stick to your rules. And like she says, you have to learn your children. What do they love most? Do they love to be on the iPad? Do they love to go out and go cycling? If they do something that is out of the rules, you have to be direct and say, this time round, no iPad, no cycling. You have to understand that because of this and this, that's why you're not cycling today.
Yeah.
So it's about being very, very precise with your rules. And you tell them what is wrong, because children here, they need an explanation.
Yeah.
If you don't explain to them,
ask a lot of questions.
exactly. You have to tell them the truth. Don't lie to them. Don't lie to them.
You lie, you mess up.
You mess up, exactly. And it always comes back to you. Like, mommy or papa, you told me this the other side. Why is it that now you're doing the opposite? So you have to be very smart with them.
But
children are so smart.
Can you ask that your papa back home?
No.
Me like this, and then you change. Papa will just slap you over.
Exactly.
The back home papas are military.
Now I go back to the question of religion.
They are military.
I go back to the point of religion. Religion, okay, I don't know. I wouldn't say religion exactly, but I would say a belief or something that you believe in. Like, for example, I personally here, we talk about God. That is God. We have to pray before we eat. God doesn't want this. God doesn't want that. We mention, and then we even go to church. They interact with other children at church because we have church here. We have Christian churches here that children go to. It's very, very good for the children because that in that sense, they have activities at church.
Yeah.
So at times they go for those activities. And then when they talk about God, God doesn't do this, it helps them in a way. Because I can tell you here in Europe, children are not easy. More so when they start getting to that adolescent age.
I know.
It's not really, really easy. So if you have that belief and you try to introduce them to it, I think it also helps them to be humble, to listen that, God doesn't like this, God likes this. It helps. For me, I've seen it here with mine. It really, really helps. And then the other point I want to talk about is if everyone has a chance to take their children back home in Africa and visit, please try to do that almost every year.
Yeah.
That is very, very, very important because they get into this shock all the time they go back. Because I have a family.
A sense of belonging.
Belonging, exactly. Because I have a family, they visited Uganda, and during this time, it was December time. And it happens that all of them they looked towards getting presents on the Christmas day. Actually, they didn't get any presents, and they were very much disappointed. Like, no, how about other children? They don't get these presents. For us, we get presents all the time. Santa Claus comes with all the presents, but they didn't get a present at all.
Yeah.
So they got back the
Not knowing they are
picture.
in Africa.
Yeah,
Things have changed.
yeah, exactly. So they
Santa
get to
does not go
know.
to Africa.
Yeah, exactly. They get to know that here you are like in the paradise. Everything comes to you. They
Yeah.
get to know the reality of life.
Yeah. Thank
So
you so
it's
much.
really.
I'm going to ask everyone a question. Jorin, I'll start with you, Mkwano. In Africa, some parents, they are taking their kids to school. Some, they are the housemates that take them to school. How do you do it here where you don't have maid, you don't have anyone who can help you? You are, we don't have sisters around. Even if they are there, they are busy. You cannot tell them, come and help me. If you are mother, father, you two, you are on your own. How do you do it? And you made it. Ladies have made it here. Can you please give us some tips?
Thank you very much. That's a very nice question, and you're asking someone, I think, who is fit to answer this.
Mm-hmm.
I have I should call it a tight program with myself. I have 4 kids, and I myself, I have 24 hours a day. I have 6 hours to sleep, but my main principle is planning. I always have a plan. So I already know what I'm going to do tomorrow and at what time and when. So I start planning from Friday for next week. That's when I do shopping. On Saturday, I do laundry. On Sunday, we get to spend time, like we prepare meals.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm one of those people who do meal prep for a week.
Yeah.
I prepare meals. Like at least I have 3 main meals in my fridge that just in case I'm caught up with time, I already have food.
Oh yeah.
Then I do on Sunday, we set ourselves. I get the boys to their clothes for the week. I'm going to put on this, I'm going to do this, and I do for the girls. So my main principle is planning. I plan myself before even time. I plan 72 hours ahead of my schedule. And I think it's really helping me. Yet the other side, when I was in Uganda, all that was being done. I could just wake up, I sit in my car, and my kids sit in the car. I don't know who has given them food. I don't know what they've eaten, and now I'm here to do it. So
do you miss that life?
No, I don't miss it because now I know what everything is going on in my kids' life.
Yeah, because the kids needs you more, right? Okay, Nalongo Mkwano.
How do I plan my day?
Not the way you plan your day. I have a different question for you. Yeah, some people here, they don't want their kids to learn Luganda. What do you talk about that? They are even proud. Mbolo kuba omwana tamanyi Luganda, mbolo kati ali proud nnyo. Agende mbajjajja be mannyo gaggwamu dda. They cannot even speak English. Otandika okubonyabwonya bajjajja ne say how I use biki. Okitegeera. Twetaaga, how do you do it? Olowooza ntwandigiriza abaana baffe ku lulimi lwaffe oba tubaleke bagende muwawa n'enzungu zaabwe n'ennimi za wano?
Kati nze kankubuulire.
Mbuulira Mukwano.
Naalonga okazzemu bulungi kagendere ddala mu Luganda.
Kankagendera ddala mu Luganda. Nze gw'olaba ndi product eya omwana gwe bataayigiriza lulimi lwe. Nze taata wange Mutooro, mama wange yali Muganda.
Yeah.
Ewa taata wange twali twogera Luzungu. Naye ng'ewa mama wange twogera Luganda.
Nkulaba awo Mukwano.
Onfuna. Kati nze mmanyi Luganda okuva ku head up to toe. Kati bwe natuuka okuzaala abalongo ne baŋŋamba nti mbatuuma amannya g'Abatooro. Ne mbagamba mbatuuma biki bye sitegeera. Era abaana bange ye Kato ne Waswa.
Okitegeera.
Era bwe tugenda awantu Kato Waswa. N'amannya mwe gali official Kato Waswa.
Naalongo weetaaga bugalo bannange. Olinda ki Richard? Naalongo yeetaaga obugalo. Weebale nnyo Mukwano. Babuulire.
Muwala wange namuzaalira wano. natandika omwogerera Oluganda nga baakamuzaala bwe bati talina kigambo kya Luganda kyatategeera naye ali very selective
alumanyi bulungi lwe mwogera awo
amanyi Oluganda amanyi Oluzungu amanyi Olufiini amanyi Olufalansa
waliwo yaŋŋamba wano ng'omwana omuyigiriza ennimi ennyingi mbwabuzaabuzibwa simanyi abuzaabuzibwa biki
bw'abanga muto alwawo okwogera naye ennimi zonna asobola oziyiga omulundi gumu
yes kubanga abato bakwata mangu
omwana omuto kiri scientifically proven nti omwana omuto asobola okuyiga ennimi 7 omulundi gumu kati muwala wange ali very selective kuba mpulira nga njogera n'omwami wange Olufiini mugamba mu Luganda abinziramu mu Lufiini naye nyina muto wange naye ali wano yalowooza tamanyi Lufiini kati ye amwogerera mu Luganda
ekyo mwakikola bulungi atuuke eka baleme okumugeya kati njagala bawayo akantu waliwo omuvubuka mu Tanzania mwana wa mukwano gwange yannyumiza manyi banavubuka bambi abakuzekuzemu ayagala omusibemu ebiswahili yaŋŋamba nti nkubuulire Ruthi nagenda e Tanzania amanyi Olutanzania oluswahili lwabwe naye bwe yagendayo bambi yagendanga amakya kati n'asaba ekyennyanja ne bamuterako chips ennyingi abawala ne batulala ne bamugeya mu lulimi bannayo omusajja omwana ava ebweru ng'alya eno emmere anaagimalawo n'agamba naye bambi yakiwulira nekimuluma naye n'asirika kati n'agamba nja kuddayo ddi olulala kasita banaayogera ndyoke ndwogere kati we yaddayo munnayo olulala ne bagimutikka baasooka ne bamukubako amaaso omu n'ayitawo n'agamba wabula onaatissa omugugu gw'emmere omanyi kye yakola yamuyita bulungi n'amugamba you know what olulimi ndumanyi batandika okwogera Oluswahili n'agamba mulekerawo ogeya abantu luli mwagera n'ensirika ne kati nja kwogera ne maneja wammwe oba kye mwagala naye olwokuba nti abantu bano bambi bali so humble bali engeri gye bapakuzaamu yasirika n'abasonyiwa kwegamba ekyo nakyo kituwe ekyokuyigirako nti abaana tubayigirize olulimi baleme mugeya nga tamanyi
olaba omwana amanyi olulimi lwewa
mulekerawo ogeya abantu luli mwagera n'ensirika ne kati nja kwogera ne maneja wammwe oba kye mwagala naye olwokuba nti abantu bano bambi bali so humble bali engeri gye bapakuzaamu yasirika n'abasonyiwa kwegamba ekyo nakyo kituwe ekyokuyigirako nti abaana tubayigirize olulimi baleme mugeya nga tamanyi
olaba omwana amanyi olulimi lwewaabwe kirina engeri gye kigira ne brain okukula obulungi bagamba nti kiba kirungi nnyo no thinkinga mu lulimi lwo
kati omwami ono atugamba buli kanaku musajja wa Kabaka abaana bo bamanyi ku Luganda musajja wa Kabaka oba otugamba bugambi nga they don't know any word
nga balimu guten morgen hey son
tutakazemuko
Diana nolabike nowayitayo dda kubanga nkugera hey son
siti egyembeeramu eyogera ennimi bbiri eyogera Olufiini n'Oluswidi
wama you're right mbadde nkyerabidde wama
kituufu by the way I was there n'aba Norwegian naye nga bategeera bye boogera saa neebuuza bano waki bategeera omu n'aŋŋamba nti abawa namu boogera Oluswidi that's how they understood
eno siti gye ndimu boogera bbiri kati tuwulire ssebo olulimi
olulimi olwo nina challenge
no bigambo ki bye bamanyi
nina challenge no challenge nina abaana bano twakula nga tubawoogera Luswidi na Luzungu olwokuba nga twagala batandike international school gye twagala bagende kati bwe twakiraba nti twakola nsobi netutandika obayigiriza ki Oluganda
ogwe ku myaka emeka awo
kati kubanga asooka mu myaka 5
gye mwatandikirako bayigiriza
Oluganda naye kati challenge tuyina Oluganda luno twalutandika nga osunguwadde kati kwegamba abaana balaba nti language violent okitegeera era kino ekyokuyiga kyamaanyi nnyo nammwe abazadde abatuwuliriza eyo kati abaana bayiga nga bamanyi nti local language yaffe mother tongue yaffe eri violent you know, kubanga senga tuba twayiganga kwegamba twatandika nti oba onyiize oba tonyiize oyogera lulimi lwe lumu. Kiba kiyamba naye kati abaana balinamu ako nti daddy waba tayogedde Luganda taba tannanyiiga kaninda ayogera Oluganda.
Naye omanyi abaana bano olina kulemerako. Nze muwala wange yatuuka eyo stage aba ku myaka ena awo 5 ng'omwogera Oluganda neyefuula nga atabitegeera n'atunula n'eri okulaga nti ye si Muganda. Ne mugamba nno nnyabo nno ng'oli Muganda. Ne mugamba gwe bw'otunula bali abazungu naawe ne weetunulira olowooza oli muzungu. Ne mugamba toli mufiini. Namala emyaka egiwera nga mugamba siri mufiini paka bwe yalaba passport ye nanga ayiye wangamba siri mufiini. Ne mugamba ekya passport tekikufuula mufiini.
Kali katabo butabo.
Katabo butabo kipapula bupapula. Olina kulemerako.
Naye nga olulimi luno luyamba nnyo ku baana okubalaga sense of belonging. Kati n'ekirala waliwo ebintu bye twagala okukola ogamba omwana nti si buli omu omugambe mu lulimi lw'ategeera ng'olina ky'oyagala omugambe nga mutambuddeko.
Toli mu mmotoka yo oba ng'oli mu bbaasi ng'olina ky'oyagala ogamba omwana olaba akuswaza nangeri gy'omugambamu olina mugambamu olulimi kubanga lw'ategeera.
Omugamba gwe nnyabo tuula wansi weetereze.
Weebale nnyo. Gwe nnyabo tobuukira ku bantu. Kwegamba yes.
Eyo gye bawulira.
Kati ekyo kiba kirungi nnyo omwana okuba ng'amanyi olulimi olulwo. Kiba kirungi nnyo. Kati n'ekirala abaana bano baba baagala okommunicatingako ne bazadde baffe back home. Nti si buli omu asobola okwogera Oluzungu, si buli omu asobola okwogera Olufalansa, si buli omu asobola okwogera Oluswidi. Kati baba ayogedde Oluganda nakyo kimwanguyira ate babeera bafuna that attachment. Njogedde ne jjajja aŋŋambye kino antegedde kino ne jjajja amutegedde.
Ate bajjajja bakola omulimu munene nnyo kubanga lwe bavuga baba baagala kwogera
Bulweru. Omanyi ekyo ky'okutwala abaana buli mwaka nze abaana bange mbadde nga mbatwala buli mwaka naye kati COVID yatusazizza. Eky'okutwala abaana buli mwaka e Uganda ne bawulirako nti waliyo abalala boogera Oluganda. Kikola kinene nnyo nnyo.
Bafuna ne ba friends.
Kikola kinene nnyo.
Wangi mu nnyabo.
Nsaba kwogerako kantu ako.
Era obuze nnyo yogero
katuwe.
Nina ekizibu kyensanze nti e Uganda omuntu gye yandifunidde chance okupracticing olulimi lwe ate abaana baffe tuboogeza Luzungu. Okiraba nti nze mutabani wange yesanze alina obuzibu era olulimi lugenda mutawaanya nnyo Oluganda kuba yava ayogera Luzungu. Kati wano olina n'ebigambo by'Omuganda n'agamba ekyo sikiwulirangako kubanga we call it the modern life, like we tend to the first word he or she has to say is an English word, and they totally don't get a chance to have enough vocabularies for their own language. So I think it's wrong. It's wrongly done in Uganda. Let every child speak he or her mother tongue until when he or herself decides when to change the language. Because you find like Swedish people don't speak English. You find a kid, she doesn't speak English, and the little English she knows is from the YouTube. That's when she sits down and watches her own thing. But for us, even find a mother who is married to a father who wasn't educated, but she's making her kids speak English. And when they go to the villages, they speak English. I'm a victim of that. Wow. I cannot blame myself because now my second son cannot express himself in Uganda because he doesn't have enough vocabularies. I denied him the chance to have enough of them. Now it is hard for me. You can speak and he understands, but he cannot give reply to you. He will tell you in English.
And
so
still,
I advise all parents there, let every child speak their mother tongue. Ovaluchi, it is very important. Even if they go in school, you find a child who speaks their mother tongue learn faster because he has enough vocabularies to equate them. to the other foreign countries.
And still,
omwana omuteso wanatuukawo yo competinga n'omuganda, and the problem is nti ate abaganda like oba bo bakitute nnyo simanyi because ani muganda tutute nnyo ng'ekyakajanja tuyita mulembe, but that's not supposed to be done like that.
Yeah, that's not mulembe. Actually biswaza.
The challenge okugattako ku kya Jorin, challenge tulina nti n'oluzungu lwe twogera ate nalwo tubulamu
Dufu
kati yeyo challenge tulina nti oyo mwana omwogerera mu luzungu ate n'oluzungu nalwo temulutegeera bulungi. Oluganda mother tongue naye ate nayo mugisudde kati talina wa belonging, kati alina kwogera Luswidi oba ayogera Olufinish oba ayogera Olunoweja.
Kati ekira kyenjagala obabuuzaako nga tumaliriza mu ddakiika entonotono, waliwo ekigambo kino kye bayita bullying, kati ng'abaana baffe abali ba Africans like ne bana abawano abazungu bagamba waliwo abaana abayise mu buzibu nga baba bullyinga. Bannange mukyogerako ki mukyala Nnaalongo? Have your kids ever been bullied?
Nze omwana owange bamubulingako mu baziyita nga yakatandika first grade mu evening tuziyita iltakerho naye ng'avudde mu ssomero then n'agenda oreggulo mu eyo group eyo bamubulingakoko n'atasooka kwogera n'akiwandiika wansi. Bwe yakiwandiika wansi n'enkiraba ne mubuuza buli kimu kigenda bulungi ku ssomero ku ssomero ne mubuuza amannya ge nalabamu mu gundi ng'akiwandiise wansi n'aŋŋamba ye babeera baŋŋamba simayanga ndi muddugavu biki n'enkubirawo essimu ne mbagamba aba iltakerho aba evening group nti bwe mutasetolinga kintu kino ngenda kujja nkyesetolingire. Okuva olwo kuba muwala wange yekka omuddugavu ali mu ssomero eryo engeri gye tuli mu kyalo nekistopingirawo ddala kuba kyali kitandise n'okumu affecting engeri gya participatinga mu kiraasi nga abeera yeetya nga bw'agenda mu kiraasi atunula wansi bwe bati tayagala kutunula muntu yenna abeera alabanga buli omu amutunuulira. Bwe bakihandolinga bwe kiti n'addamu okusaza bupya.
Ekyo kirungi nnyo era ensonga ali nnungi nti watunula mu bintu n'omanya n'ofaayo.
Making sure nti bakisetolinga n'ofuna n'apology okuva mu ba-parents. Kuba bw'otafuna apology okuva mu ba-parents that means tebakyandolinze.
Kituufu. Kati mukulu Richard.
Ekyo kikulu nnyo. Ekisooka nze kyendaba omwana alina okubeera mukwano gwo. Omwana bw'abeera mukwano gwo ajja kutrustinga nga gwe omuzadde nti buli kizibu kyonna ekimutuukako oba bamubuulinze era ajja kujja akugambe mami oba dadi bayogedde bwe bati ne bwe bati. Kati nze nga bano abange babeerawo ne bagamba papa monkeys eat bananas. Ne mbagamba monkeys eat bananas ani yabagambye? Agamba atwasomye mu katabo ne mugamba are you sure mwasomye mu katabo? Oba we go is there waliwo eyagambyeko nti oba monkeys eat bananas? Agamba no twasomye mu katabo monkeys eat bananas. Naye olaba asobola okuŋŋamba. Kati waliwo omwana yamusindika oba n'agwa bubi baali bazannya era n'akomawo n'agamba nti yampushinze n'enkaaba nnyo eno n'ennuubuka biki.
Kankusala ekirimi olaba egyo emyaka gikyalumpa naye wano we bayingirira mu ssomero aba ayagala kukola mikwano abalowooza bwe naabaloopa tebajja kubeera mikwano gyange abalowooza ne bwe baba mubuulinga bagenda kusigala nga mikwano gye.
Kubanga ndaba akadde kadduse mukyala Joy naye atubuulireko engeri abaana be
gye babuulinga
oba bali babuulize ku baana bo.
Abaana bange baba bullyinga but the first nakisuubira kubanga nali nakyetegekera and I always told them nti no one will ever tell you a word that is better than what I've told you. So even when they told them those bad words, I still talked to them and instilled their esteem. And I remember my youngest son once told the other one, but my mom doesn't say that. My mom says the other way. I'm not black, I'm dark skinned. I'm not black. This is brown, this is chocolate. Because that's what I told them. And there's a, you know, our hair, it looks very ugly when you do not take care of it. So they used to bully my biggest son. And when I did dreadlocks in his head, he was the star. And he came out and told me, you know, every girl wants to take pictures with me. So I try to give them something that puts them outstanding. Yes, it's gonna be like this, but you have to think this way. So me, I want their esteem inside, because I'm not going to be everywhere. When they are fighting, they're telling them bad words. I'm just building their esteem. From anytime I get a chance, I give them those positive words they need. So in case they get into those hard times, they will still remember my words, the words that I told them. That's my technique with bullying, because it will never stop.
Yeah. What about religion? Like kids who are coming.
Yeah.
I know one who was really bullied and she even stopped school.
Yeah, me, religion, my son, all of them have names from the Bible. So I gave them a task to read about their names. And one, he calls himself a king, another one calls himself a prophet.
Wow.
So even if we have a hard situation, I'm like, prophet, what are you doing? So they know it's within the Bible that they will stand and fight every hindrance that will come into their lives. We wake up in the morning as we go to school. I tell them, please prepare. We have a prayer, like 2-3 minutes. I know it may not be daily, but at least once in a week we have like days. And that time my son was like, Mom, you prayed for me to go to school and get friends. I've made friends. The whole school is my friend. So I know many people get into that hard time. They'll still remember my mom told me I should pray. So I'm just trying to play on their mind and keep them positive. That's my technique.
Yeah, that's so nice. As we wind up, you can leave like a very nice word to. By the way, the next time we are coming back here, we will have a topic of single mothers, because we leave them out. We are going to have a topic of single mothers. I don't know if they are single fathers, single fathers, but we have to have a topic of single mothers.
Single parents. Gye bali ba single father. Tukulu gashumba yabakiikirira.
Eyo bigambo byo. Kati nga tumaliza musibwe ku bannaffe abatulaba tulyoke twejjewo wano eno naye nga topiki yaffe eddako single parents. Yeah.
Omwami yaba asiibula okusooka.
Leero yasoose.
Nfunye omukisa. Euroforum members banaye tubeebaza omulimu omulungi gwe mukola okubeera ku line kuno ne mutufollowinga. Era ba parents abali eyo njagala okubasaba ebintu bibiri nti parenting is a two-way thing. Dad and mom, you should work together to raise your children. It's very, very important. 2, parenting is about being friends with your children. If you're not friends with your children, you're going to lose it all.
Yeah.
So those are the 2 key things that I've tried to leave to you. Ekirala nti mbebaza nti mukola omulimu gw'amaanyi nnyo okubeera nga mutufollowinga era mwebale nnyo mwebalire ddala Mukama abakuume.
Thank you, Sebo.
Nze close up statements zange nze nja quotinga omwami Paulo Kafeero yabagamba muyigirize abaana okwagala ensi yaabwe mubayigirize n'ennimi zaabwe. It is very important to know where you come from. It doesn't matter over whether your father is English or what, but you have to know where your mother comes from, or where it is good to know your background. And about parenting, parenting is a very tough task. Everyone has their own style of parenting. But I'll say this in Luganda, okukuba tekugunjula. Discuss with your kids and everything will be okay. Obutafuna bizibu mu Bulaaya kuno nababuyinza.
Even back home bambi, bana babukuba.
Bakuba abaana ate kasita otandika okuba abaana bo n'omukozi ng'atandika obbakuba kuba abeera akulaba ng'obakuba.
Nafuna ez'okusomero, nafuna ez'awaka, nafuna ez'omukozi, ez'amaama, ez'ataata, ng'olingoga nti yazaala nte.
Kugamba.
Ate bw'oba
Kagoma kalubendera.
Wano nalaba nga baziweweta noziweweta neewunya n'okwewunya. The first time nalaba nga baweweta ente ne ŋŋamba kale laba eka bannaayo. Nsiiba ku miggo.
Abaana bafuuka bugoma bwa lubendera.
Mukyala Jory.
Bw'oba tomukubye tajja nakuwulira. Ajja kulinda paka bw'ona omukuba awulire.
Naye bw'omukuba yeyongera mputu.
Ate ayongera kwonooneka kuba ojjukira bwe batukubanga kibooko ne tugumanga ne bakuba n'oseka n'okuseka.
N'ovaawo n'osiibula ne katogi n'ogamba
weebale nnyo mami tebinyumye nze.
Jory basiibula.
Kabadde kaseera kanyuvu nnyo bannanga balabi baffe. Thank you very much. Thank you for loving us. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for standing with us. Era akatalekeka tubadde ku parenting. Bannange ntanda gyempa all mothers out there, all parents out there. Find time for your kids. A house help is there to help you, actually 30%, to look after your home when you're not there. But you must at least be involved in your kids' life 70% of the time you're with in a day. Kino kituyambako to bond. That is my key point of parenting. Then I salute all fathers that have been there and gone extra mile to be in their kids' lives. I salute them. I salute them. Uganda, but you're doing it the Swedish way or the Finnish way or the Denmark way. I salute you guys. It takes courage. So bingi ebyokwogera ku buzaala bingi but tunaddamu
kuba n'olunaku olulala tweyanziza nnyo mukwano. Nze kyenjagala okulekera abantu banneeyo oba oli taata oba wali ogezaako obugeza ne kakwatayo olubuto ne lukwatayo bambi tukusaba weetikke enjovu telemererwa amasanga gaayo weetikke essanga lyo olabirira omwana oleke kulinda mwana ng'akuze olyoka oleeta obugatto buno obwasongola ku mukolo okitegeera weegire labirira omwana we yagala omwana we kyoba olaba nti abasajja baavu nnyo manyi lwaki Jory bannange omanyi wano twafuuka famire basuula abaana ne babeereyo nga bakolima ne bamama nga bakolima kyoba olaba abasajja tebagaggawala ennaku zino bakyala
tebagaggawala abantu abasuulawo abaana
tebagaggawala because omwana is a blessing naye n'osuulawo n'omwegaana ne bagaba mutuuma erinnya ne ogambe wamwe temuzaala wali ogenda okulya ebintu
naye Ruth nawawo n'abakyala abadimandinga ennyo bane olaba munnaayingiza omutwalo ogumugosa ebintu bya mitwalo 3 tokola
ejja kuba topiki yalala naye nga mune basajja banne mulabire abaana bammwe ne bamaama mulabire abaana bammwe ne bano basingo mamze nga taata yawasa omukyalo omulala mukkirize bataata balabire abaana baabwe era banne mwebale nnyo tuwuliriza wano ku Euro Forum tujja komawo kubanga omulamwa guno muwanvu ate gunyuma tujja komawo olunaku olulala twongere obatangazaamu twongere okwewa ku magezi tweyanziza nnyo eri abalabi baffe mwenna sigadde ndi Ruth Blessed ne bannange era nga natandise nga mbagamba nti twafuuka family tetuli group but we are a family tujja kubeera ano nga tubawa ebirungi tulina ebintu bingi nnyo aba education religion bintu bingi okufumba chef waffe bwe watudde so tujja komawo n'ebirala bingi nnyo tubasiibuddeko nze nsizidde wano e Norway mweraba abalabi baffe